The ocean, bro.
What was good?
The ocean and everything in it. Animals. Main important.
Marine life.
Marine life. You don't know was what I think about sometimes. I think this shit is just. I think it's a little bit frightening. Is how small we actually are in the ocean, right? Like for me, I feel like if I was inside the ocean and I just turned around and I saw a big ass whale, bro, behind me, you can't tell me that it wouldn't be.
It's not terrifying.
Like you just turned around and saw the eye of the whale as you actually brought it into perspective of what you were actually seeing in front of you. It would be a little frightening.
It would be frightening as fuck. You know what's actually insane about a blue whale?
What's that?
Look, in 20 years of my life, I haven't gained 200 pounds yet, right?
Right.
I probably won't gain 200 pounds.
Right.
In the first day, a baby blue whale will gain 200 or 250 pounds out the womb.
That's wild.
Second day, another 200.
That's
Third,
wild.
Another 200. For their first 6 months to a year. They will
That's
gain.
wild.
That's ridiculous.
That's
wild.
wild.
Imagine putting on 200 pounds every day of your life. That's insane.
That's wild.
That's insane.
That's
Them motherfuckers
crazy.
can grow up to be 330,000 pounds.
That's wild.
You want to talk about the size of a blue? Yeah, motherfucker. You saw that shit in the ocean?
That's wild.
It would
man.
be insane.
That's wild.
Think
Yeah.
about that. 200 pounds a day. Like imagine a fish walking by, seeing a baby, and he's just growing. Like he's just growing. You would be like, oh, I need to run. I need to leave so I don't get took.
But that's when you say it, it's like get took, get eaten. In the sea, that's just normal. That's day to day.
They eat tons and tons of fish at once a time. Like,
Okay, so alright, so how do you feel about it? Land versus sea.
it depends on what you mean.
Land versus sea. Okay, we got a bunch of animals, animal wise. Land versus sea.
Who would win?
Not who would win, just what's better, if that makes sense.
I definitely gotta say land.
Land?
Just because of the way we can develop, the way natural selection hits us. I feel like we're meant to, not obviously they're meant to survive, but I just feel like on land we have more things to do. We have more things to figure out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in the water, you know, a shark's gonna always be a shark, a whale's gonna always be a whale, whether they're, you know, on top of their game or not. But even the land animal that's not a human, you know, you could be a lion weaker than. Obviously, they're the king of the jungle. They're always gonna win a fight. But I'm saying
It's that eat or be eaten sort of mentality.
It could happen that, you know, a bull will kill that motherfucker. But like, as far as will, you know, a fish survive getting eaten by a whale, like, it's not gonna happen. That's finite. You know what I'm saying? Like a whale is going to swallow a fish.
Right.
And that's it. And again, 9 times out of 10, the lion's probably gonna.
But it's also so massive.
The
ocean, I mean, it's just layers of.
Yeah, it is.
Just layers on top of layers, bro.
And there's still. I feel like here's how I feel about the ocean. I feel like people are so fascinated about what big creatures could be down there. Me personally, I'm fascinated on things that are like smaller, things that can survive in situations that nothing else could. You know what I'm saying? For me, I think that's more interesting.
That's just like you said. Well, like I said, bro, it's like you go so deep and there's so many layers that you get to the point where obviously there's no more light that's down there, and that's when the size of the creature becomes irrelevant.
Yeah,
it becomes irrelevant fast.
Not only that, but the actual pressure of where you're at. You know,
and that's what's crazy, bro. When you talk about development, right, of land versus sea, the pressure that's down there, we can't survive it. But we're bigger than the creatures that are down there. Certain creatures that are down there that actually can survive, we are bigger than them. Exactly. But the pressure doesn't do what it does.
It doesn't really stop them. And it's also probably because when you get so low, it's not necessarily creatures, but smaller things like bacteria and, you know, all that algae or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there are what people consider creatures down there. You know what I'm saying? Doing things like whatever they're doing.
Well, everybody has to eat.
Exactly.
You know, so
exactly. Have you ever seen this video of like I forgot where, but they found like this giant squid in like one of the oil tanks, oil wells. I'm not really sure about that. I'm not trying to get my information wrong, but they found, the point is they found a giant squid, and like when I say that thing is like terrifying, like even me looking at it, I'm like, bro, it makes you think like, dog, there are things on this planet that we just don't even understand.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's what it boils down to when you talk about land versus ocean. It's like the actual, we know what we have on land.
Yeah.
So we are the we are the top dogs. We're at the top of the food chain up here. Like, we can have whatever we want to have on land. However, the second you put us in ocean, that is unbelievable. For the people who can't see, showing me a video of the squid that they found. It is unbelievable.
It's actually ridiculous.
What's the name of the video?
Magna Pena squid filmed at drilling site.
Magna Pena squid. What was it?
Filmed at drilling site.
It's at drilling site.
It's a 20-second video.
Okay. Yeah, it's unbelievable. For you people who don't know what he's showing me, definitely go look that up and you will be just as amazed as I am.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, bro. We're the top of the food chain on land, right?
Yeah.
The second that you put us in the water and start to go down like 20 meters, depending on where, it may not even be 20 meters, and maybe a couple feet, true. We become irrelevant. Like, we become food for anything that has big teeth and can eat us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Swim.
Like, you know, so I don't know, it's amazing how much we haven't discovered.
But if you wanna speak real truth, if you wanna talk about being at the top of the food chain, shit like bacteria is truly at the top. Things like parasites actually can change.
He's about to take it there. Take it there.
Can actually change the way a species over time. I mean, just acts, just thinks. Like, there was this one thing, I was watching Joe Rogan's podcast, and I forgot what the parasite is, but it's pretty much just, it literally just affects the way a human acts, right? Like almost like a drug you take.
Yep.
So the study showed somewhere in like France or some shit, that almost 50% of the population there had that.
Wow.
I think it was in Paris.
Paris?
Yeah.
Okay.
Had that. So it doesn't seem like that. I guess what I'm trying to say is we don't actually know why we act a certain way we do. There could be a parasite. There could be bacteria messing with us. You know what I'm saying? It's not even could be. It is. It's what happens. It's over the course of time. Our body builds, anti-shit, all that. But as far as top of the food chain, something that humans could really never eradicate are things like that. You know what I'm saying?
You're 100%. You're 100% right.
Not to mention, they're truly. I truly believe that there are species that like we can't even see, because there's such thing as camouflage, and there's such, I forgot the other word, but it's kind of like it's kind of like camouflage, but it's just different. I learned that shit a while ago, so I don't remember the word.
Right.
But when after I heard that was real, it made me think like there's probably so many things like deep in the jungle that if you went there, probably could be in your face and you would have no idea. You're talking about no. And
especially if you go to the jungle, bro, you're not. You wouldn't even make it.
Are in your face though. The things that are in your face will tear you to shreds. So imagine the shit you couldn't even. You literally don't even comprehend it's there. You know what I'm saying?
100%, bro. I mean, if you go to the jungle, bro, that's just. I don't think you won't make it 24 hours. Depending on what you have, who you're around, if it's just you, like you just teleported there to the jungle, you would make it 24 hours.
I think it's also like what part of the jungle, because Because I mean, like you can't. Nobody can sit here and tell me you go to a place where there's cats roaming around, you're gonna end up surviving. Like they're gonna eat you. They're gonna eat you. Like I feel like people like to think that they're superheroes sometimes and that they could fight off a lion or some shit. You're not doing that.
Oh man. No, what puts us at the top of the food chain is our weaponry.
Yeah, it's our.
It's what we can, build to kill those things we were talking about. Yeah, we wouldn't fight hand to hand.
But the reality of it is like.
But you have to think about it though. If you go back centuries, we did.
Yeah,
we had to.
That's what's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Like,
so that's why it's in our mindset now. That's why it's like, I can fuck up a lion.
Exactly. But the truth is, bro, like you're not from the Guatemala days. Like you're not doing that shit, dog. Like you don't know how to make a spearhead in 20 seconds, dog. I know you think you did because you know how to mine shit on Minecraft. But like, dog, I promise you, if you go to the jungle with some duct tape and a rod, like you're not doing that. Wow, it's crazy. But it's just reality, and some people are gonna take offense to that and probably go in the jungle and be like, "Dog, I'm telling you right now, I could beat a lion in a fight." And rest in peace to them. But we were telling you couldn't, so it's like, fuck, right?
Oh my god,
it's crazy.
Yes, it wouldn't be. It definitely it wouldn't be fair.
This isn't even a lie. Have you ever seen a gorilla without hair? They don't.
I haven't, but clearly you have.
Listen, bro. They don't have gyms, yet they will be more ripped than I'm not gonna say any Olympian type, bodybuilder. But what I'm saying is, them naturally have so much muscle. They look like they've been in a gym.
I know what you mean. Like they look like they're built.
Yes, they're
built fucking
with
built.
Muscle.
Yeah.
With that, like definitiveness. Like it's crazy how powerful they are, and yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, I guess, like I said, man, you give us weapons, and we're in that environment. We'll survive. We're at the top of the food chain without question. But if not, and we're talking about hand-to-hand combat, rest in peace.
I'm getting your next nap.